So in the last 100 years, the last couple 100 years, I guess, since the Copernican revolution, our understanding of our place in the galaxy has grown immensely, and it's to the point today where we can see to the edge of the created universe. We can see our own origin. Our own origin is out there, just because of the way light travels through space. The way time and space are entwined, just it's bizarre. It takes light from the sun 8 minutes to get to Earth. So we see the sun 8 minutes ago. We don't see the sun now. We can't see the sun now. Although the sun now is happening now, where it is. But we can never see that. So there's this separation between what we see in time and space and what we experience outside of time and space. Because obviously in our experience it's always now. The whole thing, no matter how far out you want to go into the cosmos, is happening now. And yet we can't see it happening now. We can only happen now. And to think, cosmology really is the most radical field. Physics in general is just what we've learned about the material universe. There's no way to reduce. It's almost as if you're a really true materialist and you look at the data that we have, there's no way you could be a reductionist, because we can explain what's going on about the material world all day, but that doesn't say why. And it doesn't get rid of your feeling of awe in the face of the fact that there is a 13.7 billion year process taking place that we are right in the middle of. That's amazing. And that's not, if there's a reductionistic explanation for that, I'd like to hear it. I've never heard it. If you heard an explanation for that and you were convinced by it, it's got to be pretty good, and I've never seen it yet, so I have to try to get my hands on that. And I don't even think it's impossible. It's impossible. You can't explain something that occurs in time. You can only experience something that occurs in time. Right? I think so. You have no objective view. You have an objective experience. That experience does not give you perfect knowledge about the external world. And yet we have such an immense knowledge of the external world now. The way we can manipulate the lenses of telescopes to see millions and millions and millions of billions of light years into the distance is unbelievable. The sense of sight is really the best sense that science has. Science has really turned sight into an instrument, the eyes, and that's what let the whole scientific revolution get off the ground. It was astronomy. That's where the real advances were. That's the sphere of thought that Bacon and Descartes were so excited about, and when they thought, wow, we can have perfect knowledge of everything. They were thinking of everything out there, and look how well we can train our senses, our eyes, our vision, to see clearly. See clearly. These are the kind of metaphors they're saying. So sight is the crucial instrument for science, whether it's your own bodily eyes or it's some kind of microscope or telescope. But what's interesting, like a couple of decades ago, when Albert Hoffman discovered LSD, science really was interested in peering inward and seeing how the mind affects what we think the world looks like. It doesn't change its physical appearance, but it changes the way we perceive what that appearance means. And so science got interested in that, and the government stopped it. So that's an interesting side note. But time and space are not parts of our experience. Time and space are a construction. Because experientially, the universe is all happening simultaneously, and it's non-local. There's no, because if it's happening simultaneously, there's no, time only happens when there's distance. But it's all one cosmos, so at the level of the cosmos happening now, existing, it's all now. It's all together as one moment. Progressing, no doubt, but right now, it's now for the whole thing, right? Experientially, at least. Because I can only experience now. I can't describe now. I can't make propositions about now. I can't put now into the space-time framework. Because in space and time, the universe is more distant. It's more detached. So what happens now for me can't be seen by what happens now for someone else. Because I'm really just my experience. There's no me who has experience. It's just experiencing. But there are experiencings in discrete locations throughout time and space. At least physically, right? Because that's time and space. Time and space is matter, the world of matter. So in the world of matter, it seems like consciousness arises here, and then it's all here. It's all these connections in my skull between all these neurons. But really, no, consciousness isn't in here. Consciousness is non-local. Consciousness is this experience. And this experience isn't in and of itself of anything. You might say it's of what the senses perceive. But what is that? That's all. It's experiencing time and space, form and emptiness. It's experiencing Maya, illusion, evolution. It's all change and flux. And so in other words, the senses don't give us knowledge of anything. They participate in a process. And through that process, we are aware of time and space. And time and space are there. I can't just will time and space to change. I'm not saying that, but time and space are part and parcel of our experience. There's no experience separate from time and space. Time and space are just functions of experience. They're the necessary outcomes of experience.